Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be talking about Valorant, aka Project A, the new hero FPS game coming out this summer in 2020 by Riot Games. So it's kind of like an Overwatch meets CSGO. Just as a heads up, I will be commentating, talking over the gameplay. If you guys do want to go ahead and check it out without my commentary, it'll be in the pinned comment section below. But I've actually learned a lot more about this game, and I'll actually kind of give you guys some insight and explain some of the stuff that I actually do know. But keep in mind, everything is alpha, and again, the game is scheduled to be a free-to-play game in summer 2020. At least that's as of right now. So we'll hear like the callouts and stuff. I'll also kind of pause and we'll check out the buy menu in the very beginning, because I think they've added a lot more quality of life things. Like you can purchase a weapon for your own teammate versus like in CSGO you'd buy it and just throw it on the ground, right? I think there's a lot of nice changes here. But you'll see in the very beginning there is like this barrier, this like blue barrier. I'm not sure if you can shoot through it, but as far as I can tell, you can't walk through it. You can see he's capturing an orb. This is for the abilities. You can see that it says his ult's ready, where it's in the W key in the bottom middle. There's like a sonic arrow that kind of revealed where the enemies were. So that wall is kind of like a smoke, if you will, but it's tied to one of the characters. I believe is named Viper. And they have like this gauge that they can kind of maintain this little like it's a kind of a play on a smoke grenade, because you're not supposed to be able to really see through it, but obviously with this like sonic arrow over here, you can see through it. I think that arrow was a little bit different. It looked like some lightning. And there's like another variant of smoke grenade. It's like an orb. So this is like the ultimate, where there's like these knives. And that character, I don't know all the names. In fact, I don't think they've revealed all the names of the characters. But that one could actually fly up. You can see the person is actually losing HP in the bottom left. And there's also armor in the game that you can purchase. And I'll go more in depth again in a moment. But that area has like this decay. It's one of the character's ultimates. I believe as of right now, everyone thinks it's Vipers, which is one of the character's names. And then you'll start losing health if you go inside, but you'll regenerate it if you go outside. Or it could be because of this thing called Stim. I know there's just so many things happening really fast, especially with me also commentating over it. But looking at the minimap, I've noticed that there's A, B, and C. So you can see that they are actually diffusing, and the decay thing went away and they started recovering HP. So, as far as the gameplay goes, it looks like, as far as we've seen, there's only one mode. So let me go ahead and actually slow it down, because I know there's just so much stuff to kind of cover here. Let me cue some P.O music so it's not completely silent, because I'm going to go ahead and mute it, because when you lower the speed over here, the audio kind of gets messed up. So let's go ahead and break down some of the things. And if you guys notice anything that I don't mention, definitely let me know in the comment section below. But the first thing I wanted to kind of go over is this menu, because we can see all of the things that we can actually purchase. So that's really cool. You can see over here, you can see the different weapons. You can see that there's a sidearm, then there's SMGs, rifles, and a sniper. And then there's shields, and it says versus all damage. There's light shields, and there is heavy shields, and it says that it's already owned. So the HP pool is 100, and I've seen other players have more health than others. It could be because they purchased shield, or it could be an ability. There's a lot of things that are unclear right now, because this game really just came out as far as showcasing off more of the gameplay. They briefly showed it off a while back when they announced a bunch of their other projects. But here's what we got for the weapon. So you can see sidearms. We've got like a pistol. We've got a small like shoddy called the Shorty. Then there's one called Frenzy, Ghost, Sheriff. All of these are the sidearms. I'm guessing you can only carry one primary, and then you can have one sidearm. And then you can also see that there are these abilities here. So it looks like you actually have to purchase your abilities, but there's also an ultimate that you can obtain these orbs that are on the battlefield, and you can get them a little bit faster perhaps. Or if you do objectives, they'll charge up a little bit faster. But you can see that the currency over here, I'm not sure exactly what it's called over here, but this is the amount of currency that the player has. And then it says minimum next round over here. And I'm sorry, my face cam is blocking it, but I'm going to keep it here because it needs to be transformative, of course, for those copy strikes. But anyways, those are the items that are available as of right now. Of course, things are subject to change. It is alpha over here. But you can see what the heck the ability does. And this is our first insight to checking out some of the abilities. So Curveball says, equip a flare orb that takes a curving path and detonates shortly after throwing. Fire to curve the flare orb to the left, detonating and blinding any player who sees the orb. Alternate fire to curve the flare orb to the right. So you have kind of basically a play on flashbang. So it seems like it's more so catering towards CSGO or Counter-Strike versus more of an Overwatch gameplay playstyle. There, at least at the moment, doesn't seem to be like a guy with a giant barrier, like a tank, so to speak. It definitely seems more like CSGO in terms of its orientation, but anyways, you can see that the player is carrying around a knife. I'm guessing this makes you move faster. And then over on the bottom here, again, this is the HP where it says 100 and then 50. I'm assuming that's the armor. And then we also can see right here, I'm sorry, my face cam's blocking it, but there's a thing that says buy it. So you can buy a weapon for your teammate when he requests it. So again, that's just a quality of life thing. And I really like this. Hold on. This is something that I really wish that Overwatch really did, where it shows you exactly how much damage some of the weapons do, because the time to kill in this game is very, very, very fast. I actually saw a previous video where even one of the pistols will one-shot you when you just have 100 HP. So the time to kill, very, very fast. You can see full automatic rate of fire, 10 rounds per second, but you can see how much damage the weapons do. You can see the multipliers here. So just in case any of you guys are watching this on mobile here, we got body damage 26, headshot 78. But there's also another number here where it says body 21, head 63, and then also says leg 17. And this is 20 to 15 meters, so depending on how far they are away from you. And then on top of that, what's interesting here is we see wall penetration low. So again, it's another mechanic that's more similar to CSGO. I don't think that there's really anything in Overwatch that can let you shoot through walls. Sometimes, bugs happen, latency, but for the most part, this game shouldn't have too much of an issue with latency because they talked about their netcode. They mentioned it in a previous thing, but they also mentioned that it's 120 tick rate. You can also see there is a knife. You've got an alternate fire on knife. I'm guessing that's more damage versus like a slash or something. At least that's what it looks like. Again, this game looks very similar to CSGO, and I know I'm mentioning it several times, but a lot of people were like, dude, this is the new Overwatch, and I feel like it probably has hero elements, right? I'm just trying to give you guys some type of comparison. But anyways, we also see those barriers once again. I don't know if you can shoot through those barriers. There is another barrier that you do have to destroy, but look at this ability. And I want to show something off that's pretty important right here. So you'll see, I'll go back. You'll see that there are two little like bars on his Q right here, and he uses one of them to actually gain this height over here. So he's going to go ahead and gain some extra height. And this is a different position that maybe not all characters can access because it might be on that special character's ability or on their kit over there. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and kind of fast forward around. I'm just going to mention the things that I think are important to go ahead and mention for anyone that is interested in checking out this game here. Again, that barrier, I don't know if you can shoot through it, but this looks very similar to like, how you'd watch this lines of sight in the game. But of course, there is different character abilities to maybe kind of get around some of the longer lines of sight. So you can see they're holding the button to capture an orb. Here's one thing I want to mention here. You can see again the W key where it's in the bottom. That charges up and it says over here, run it back. Press X, your ultimate is ready over here. So that is something completely different. The W filled up, but it says press X. It looks like it's the same icon though, so it might be what happened is they changed the keybind, and for whatever reason on default it just has it set up for X. That's my guess. Again, this is just fresh information. So this wall, how this wall works, because they showed it off before, you normally can't see through it. What happens is one of the guys used one of his abilities, which is like an arrow. The easiest way, and again, I'm just using Overwatch because a lot of people know Overwatch. It's like a Hanzo arrow, so you're able to kind of reveal some of the area here. It doesn't specifically show it off in this gameplay, but I've seen it, and I don't know, it was at Twitter or something like that. Because people were leaking stuff, and I kind of wanted to cover the leaks, I'll be honest, but then there's a new update with the Diablo that I had to cover, and I just never got around to it. Also, sometimes covering leaks as a YouTube content creator is a little bit risky. Sometimes you can lose out on potentially getting access to betas, because like we don't want guys that cover leaks. And I really want to play this game's beta or alpha, but it apparently is coming out in summer, and I'll get into more of how to sign up and stuff like that in a moment as well, because they have like a sign up page. But you can see again, the time to kill is very fast. Look how fast this HP goes down. I mean, it's in the matter of just a few frames. I know this is at point. I mean, if you guys want to watch it in real time, because I think this is very important, because sometimes people prefer a very fast time to kill. Sometimes people prefer a very slow time to kill. There is also healing in this game. It doesn't show it off in the gameplay that was kind of revealed for everyone to go ahead and show off. But look at this time frame. So they basically take damage at like 58 seconds here, and then at it's like we're looking at maybe like a 1, maybe 2 second time to kill, and this person had armor too. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but what I like, it shows this combat report, how much damage you took and, you know, where you got shot. But a very, very fast time to kill. Again, it's just very melty. Let me know, guys, how you feel about that. Do you guys like faster time to kill games, or do you like slower? I feel like a lot of people prefer a little bit slower, not necessarily like, you know, getting one-shotted. I mean, I've always preferred, when it comes to Call of Duty games, I've always preferred the Black Ops series. I feel like the time to kill is a little bit slower. Not necessarily like Black Ops 4 time to kill, but like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, I feel like those are really, really good. But when you go into like the Modern Warfare, or especially the new Modern Warfare, it's just too fast. I feel like you don't get a chance to react. But because you do have these abilities, maybe is a little bit more play. Maybe some characters will be a little bit more tanky than others. Again, it's all just up in the air. But there we go ahead and see a smoke over there. And then there's another like a wall. And this is another ability. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the ability, but it looks like some type of shock arrow. Or maybe that also can reveal. I don't know. But I just know that there is a bow ability that's just like the sonic arrow. But again, very fast time to kills. And you can see what looks like to be a weapon charm. I'm guessing this is going to be some form of microtransaction that they'll be introducing, because as far as I'm aware of, the game's model is going to be free to play, and again, it's summer 2020 for release date. So you can see there's the orb over there. Again, this, I want to say this is an ultimate. They kind of showed this off, so you can basically, well, in the game that they showed, this actually one-shots the knives over here, at least if you get a headshot, which that makes sense, right? So he's kind of just, I guess, looking for lines of sight. And over here we can see this drone. I didn't get to talk about this. So this is a drone that I guess you could throw out and maybe do some scouting with, because the game is more oriented like CSGO. But look at those bomb sites. We got A, B, and C. Most of these games, even that have copied CSGO's style, they've always done it with, you know, A and B. With C, it can get pretty crazy over here. But you can also see your players left, and it shows, I believe, just your team's HP, and the other ones will just be unknown. Here's the decay mechanic I was talking about. So this is, I believe, again, Viper is the character's name's ultimate, where they're able to cover a whole giant area in this decay, or whatever, toxic field, whatever it's called. But it says Spike Planet. That would be similar to Bomb Planet in CSGO. You can see the HP and the armor is just degenerating super fast. I think he might have gotten shot here. I'm not 100% positive, because before the armor wasn't going down. So maybe the decay just affects something else, or once it reaches the threshold. Again, there's a lot of things that are unclear at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. But you can see they're kind of maybe waiting the decay out here. Once again, we see the charge up arrow of the bow over here. And I like how you can see the trajectory. It tells you 35 meters. Maybe there's no one that was over there via the little sonar ping. And so they're like, oh, there he goes. I'm sorry, my cam's kind of blocking. Okay, there you go. You guys got to see it for a second, but you could see the mechanic of that arrow. I'm glad it was actually there, because okay. So now we see the arrow once again. The person's using an ability to kind of go ahead and get the high ground. Some type of thing is being thrown down. You can see they're swapping to their side arm. And it's going to say combat stim before they go ahead and get ripped. And that's 255 damage for a headshot. And so I'm guessing that will one-shot pretty much anything. So you can see another shot of the reload with that weapon charm. Okay, and here once again we have that ability. Unfortunately, we don't get to see it like in action, because the time to kill is so dang fast in this game. The person just rips instantly, going from 100. That was literally a one-shot. Again, I'm feeling like the time to kill, at least from my perspective, and to give you guys, you know, how I feel about this game, the time to kill is way too fast. I don't know. I would like it to be just a little bit slower, so someone can have a little bit of reaction time, because otherwise I think this game might be more so catering towards a more competitive audience, which I think is great and all. but I think a lot of casuals that have probably played Overwatch would like to try out this game, and I think that the time to kill and the aim is just going to be too much of a reliance. Like, you have to have very, very fast reaction time, otherwise you're just going to rip too fast. Is how I feel, and then that really encourages people to camp a little bit more, especially if even if you guys have played Modern Warfare from 2019, that game that's just a camp fest, because the time to kill is so fast in the game, and you can see he just went ahead and picked up another person's weapon over here, but they just basically say go to the website, and I basically went ahead and went and checked out, you know, what's here, and this one says Project A, which Project A is Valorant here. There's really nothing here other than I'll play it out just so I can show you guys all of what's available right now. But it just gives you the release date. Summer 2020 is all that really shows off over here, and then there's a lot of followers now. This is just literally just blowing up really fast, and a lot of people are really excited, and there's just the YouTube video that I already showed you guys and talked about, and again, it'll be pinned down below. Going on the website, there is you can enter your email right here to sign up for all Valorant updates. If there is a beta, it says all updates, so I'm guessing this would be probably somewhere along the lines of if you guys want to participate in the beta. As far as right now, there's no official website that says sign up for beta or alpha, but this is probably your best bet because it does say all Valorant updates, and it does say summer 2020 all over the place, and so I'm actually pretty excited about it. They don't really show off anything here other than like it looks really cool as far as the character goes. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing else on any of their social media pages that would be worthy of mentioning, but I'm curious to know, what do you guys think about this? Are you guys liking what you guys saw? For me, I do like what I saw, but again, the main concern that I have is the time to kill is simply too fast. But again, you guys can let me know your thoughts down below. And if I missed out on anything that you guys really felt like it was important, definitely let me know down below in the comment section below. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you guys want to be up to date on Valorant, aka Project A, I'll be covering it pretty extensively because I just want another game. Or, you know, Overwatch could get like a huge new update too. That would be pretty cool. But I do like FPS games, so I'll definitely be covering this game. And I'll update you guys if the beta or alpha goes live with like where to go ahead and sign up in the pinned comments. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.